Hello, second grade. You are here live at my house again, and I am just sitting on the floor. But if we're being honest, that's because I just recorded YK, kindergarten, and first grades videos. I'm going in order from youngest to oldest. And we always sit on the floor in our circle spots all together. So I was sitting on the floor for those and just didn't think to move. But I kind of like it because, at least with 2A, I don't know if I have with 2B. When we have conversations, sometimes I like to just sit in a circle and just be all on the floor together to be able to talk. I think it's a good way to be on the same level as everybody else. So for today, I'm going to explain an activity and then explain your homework for music for this week. So our activity, and also your homework in a way, is called Rose, Bud, Thorn. Maybe you know this already. Maybe it is something that you know a version of, but mine might be a little different. So I'm sure we've seen roses before, right? They're those super pretty flowers. They could be in wedding bouquets or special occasions, and they're just beautiful. So the rose is like the best part. That's what we're going to talk about. We're going to share our rose for second grade music so far this school year. And I'll share after I'm done explaining everything. Then there is the bud. You've probably seen buds of flowers before. They're closed up and the petals just aren't quite ready, so they just sit there on the stem. And then eventually, after some time passes, they open up into the rose itself, but they're not quite ready. They haven't blossomed yet. So your bud is something you're looking forward to for music. And it could be throughout the rest of this school year. It could be as you grow and get bigger, because you're going to have a lot of really great music opportunities as you continue to get older. And yeah, it could be activities related to music you're hoping to do. Anything you're looking forward to that is about music. And then the thorn. If you ever grabbed a stem and it's had thorns on it, probably know they hurt. They are not your favorite part of the flower, and they're things that you could probably do without. So for our activity, our thorn is something that didn't go quite how you wanted it to. Something that you could have done without or could have been a lot better. So this could be maybe just honestly a song or activity that you are more than welcome to respectfully and honestly share with me. Just be like, Miss Wallace, that one was not my favorite. That's okay. That could be your thorn. Or it could be a certain day that you can remember that didn't go how you wanted it to, or something that you're like, that wasn't the best part of music. Could have done without that. So that said, I'm going to share mine. So my rose for second grade, I'd say my rose for both 2A and 2B would have to be the Four Seasons project we did. Those posters that you each made are so amazing. You have a lot of artistic talent in second grade, and just how well you listened when we were going through Vivaldi's Four Seasons, that you were very respectful. You know, Miss Wallace, can we please listen to summer again? Can we please listen to winter? I need to finish up spring. Like, you used great manners. You were really good listeners. You were respectful if you finished a season, but we were still listening to the rest of it. And I think that our final products, our posters that have each of the four seasons, as we listened to Vivaldi's Four Seasons, that made the whole thing. It totally lightened up with color the music room, having those on the cupboards. And I loved coming in every morning and seeing that little piece of second grade hanging up on the cupboards and all of your great artwork. I'll have to take those down and try to get them to your teachers so you can have them back. You should have them. They're your wonderful pieces of art. I will miss them, but I think you should have them. So that's my rose. My bud, the thing I'm looking forward to for second grade, I would say that the thing I'm looking forward to, knowing how incredibly talented the entire second grade class is just how you're going to grow as musicians, of course, because it's music, but just as students and people in general. You have a lot of really great skills, a lot of talent. You're smart and you're funny and you're great at having conversations, even with grown-ups. That's why I loved talking with our classes, both of the classes, 2A and 2B, each morning, just taking 5 minutes before we got started to talk. You're great conversationalists. So put that on your resume. You know what a resume is? Ask someone if you don't. So my bud is just seeing how you guys are going to grow, especially because in November, fingers crossed everything's back to normal by then. If it is, you guys are the ones that get to do the Veterans Day program. And I'd love to come to that. If I'm able to, I'll have to make sure Mr. O'Donnell lets me know when it is, right? And I just know you're going to do an amazing job. And that brings me to my thorn, which is actually related to programs as well. My thorn would probably be just how my heart hurts for you guys that as second graders you didn't get to do the spring program this year. I think it was the right choice because we want to make sure everybody is safe during this tricky time, but it's still my thorn that we didn't get to be together in person and that you guys didn't get to have that opportunity. But that makes that bud that hasn't quite bloomed yet even more exciting, because my thorn is you didn't get to have a spring program, but in November, when Veterans Day rolls around, hopefully that bud is going to bloom into something so amazing as you guys get to show off just how talented your then third grade class is and really do a great job honoring veterans who have served our country. That is my bud for sure, linked with my thorn. So hopefully from the explanation I just gave a little bit ago and hearing my examples, that's got your wheels turning as well, because your homework for this week is going to be to write one sentence, just one sentence each for each one. So one sentence explaining your rose for music class, write one sentence explaining your bud, write one sentence explaining your thorn. So listen very closely. I'm going to explain how you can share these with me. You have some choices. Whatever works best for you and your family is fine with me. Choice one, your parents can help you, and you can just comment on this post on the second grade, whether you're in Mrs. Cox or Mrs. Heyer's class in that Facebook page. If your parents help you and they just type your sentence for each one, Miss Wallace's rose for music is, and then fill it in or however you want to write it, you can just comment on Facebook that I want it to be a sentence that you came up with. They can help you type it, or you can type it, but you can do it as a comment on Facebook, or this is a YouTube video. You can comment on YouTube because I'll get a notification that you commented. So, comments online, those are good. If that's not what your parents want you to do, you may email your sentences to me, to my school email. I can put that in the bio for this so you have it. Or if you would like to write it by hand, or your parents would like you, because you will obey them, right? Because you're super cool kids. You can write them by hand, and then on Monday, May 4th, when you turn in all your work, just put that paper in your folder and turn it on into your homeroom teacher. I'm sure that they will make sure that I get it or Mr. O'Donnell gets it. So any of those are fine. Comments, emails, handwritten and turned in on Monday, May 4th, they're all okay with me. I'll get them one way or another. And that brings us to the fact that this is my last video. This is my last week as the Payne Elementary music teacher. So the things you turn in on Monday, May 4th will go to Mr. O'Donnell, who, if you were at Payne last year for kindergarten, if you did YK, you know who Mr. O'Donnell is. He's a super music teacher, and I'm excited for you to have him back, as well as sad to not have the rest of the school year with you. So just remember that this is your last assignment from me, and moving forward, whatever you may get as far as a letter or a video or a paper in your packets on Monday, May 4th, That will be from Mr. O'Donnell, and he's going to enjoy the rest of the school year with you. So, I miss you. I hope that you're staying healthy and safe, but also finding creative, fun ways to stay active and have fun. And I know that if there's any class, don't tell the other classes, that is going to go so far in this world, because you have so much talent and skill and are such good listeners and hard workers. It's definitely second grade. You guys have an extra special place in my heart. So I hope you have a great week, a great rest of your school year, and a great summer. All right, bye, second grade.